I know what we were talking about previously is I've been diagnosed with lupus for about 3.5 years now. And I didn't know anything. Like, I didn't get any help from my doctors. She literally said, you have lupus, which is rheumatoid arthritis, and lupus combined. And he's like, but I'm not too sure, but we're going to go with that for now. I'm like, okay. He's like, so you could, you know what literally he said is, you can Google more about it and, do some research. And like, I get it. Like, there's a lot to learn about it, and you can't tell me everything, but like, there's no pamphlet, there's no lupus group that you gave to me. I still don't know anyone in Buffalo with lupus.
Wow.
Like, there's no connections. And there is a wonderful organization, Lupus Alliance of Upstate New York, that I'm working with, but I just found out about them.
Yeah.
And they've been around for a very long time.
Yep.
So
my heart goes out to you because it's so sad. You're so positive, but what you just shared affected me in such a way that it takes me back to when I was diagnosed. I felt like that too, and I didn't know anything about the Lupus Foundation of America or the Lupus Research Alliance, which are the biggest organizations that support the fight against lupus. I didn't know those organizations, and I didn't have people in my corner in Orlando, Florida that I knew that I could call like that. So it was very lonely.
It is lonely, and it can bring you down into a horrible mindset because your family, like at the time I was working, my aunt owned 2 daycares, and I was finishing college, my bachelor's, in order to apply to the PA program. And so when I got diagnosed, it was my senior year. For my bachelor's, it was my senior year. And I had to, work with children, babies, 9 of them. And I'm trying to get diagnosed, and I can't figure out why I can't stand. Like, I couldn't even hold a baby. It would hurt so bad that I couldn't do my job. And my family didn't get it, of course, because they don't see. They're like, you're fine, Janine. Like, you lost 30 pounds, but you look great. Like, literally, that's what people say. Like, no, I'm sick and dying, actually. But so to go from that, and then so you're by yourself, and it brings your mindset like totally down. Like, all right, so I can't become a PA anymore, can't work at a daycare. Like, what am I supposed to do besides the diagnosis? And then you can go in this spiral, like the 5 stages of grief, hardcore, completely. And it's totally normal. And now reflecting back, because now I've brought myself from the bottom all the way, I'm going to the top, still getting there, but working on it.
Yeah.
But seriously, like, it's really hard to do it by yourself. And I think comparing, when you were diagnosed 10 years ago or 13 years ago,
over
13, I can't even imagine where you were at and how you got this far. The fact that you did, and you've had less interaction online and in person, is even better. It's incredible.
Well, it opened up my eyes to lead me to coaching, specifically to help people with lupus, especially if you're newly diagnosed.
Yeah.
And that's where I help people know that there are support groups. There's tools and research that can help you identify your symptoms. There's tools and research to help you know what foods to eat, and just what we're doing in the community to help with the fight against lupus. And yeah, it was a very lonely time. For example, this is how different it was back then. Now there's I think I looked the other day, and there were at least like 30 to 40 doctors in my medical network that are rheumatologists that help treat patients with lupus now, today.
Right.
Back then, there were 4 doctors only in my network to help treat people with lupus. And I had to find the right doctor. The first doctor I went to, he would take my appointment would be at 1. I wouldn't see him until 2. And literally I only saw him for like 5 minutes. And he was rushing me out the door. He wouldn't answer my questions. I went to another doctor, and I don't know why the whole time he's recording his notes about our conversation instead of listening to me.
Right.
So finally, I found the doctor that I felt like had the time and wanted to listen to me. But back then, there weren't so many options, and you were just kind of stuck trying to figure it out. Yeah, lupus is so hard on your body, especially when you're first diagnosed. I don't know about you, but my first year was the worst.
Yeah.
I couldn't touch my hair. My hands hurt so bad. My mom had helped wash my hair because how you were saying you couldn't hold the baby?
Yeah.
I could not keep my hands up to wash my hair. I couldn't even walk 5 steps to go to work after I parked my car.
Right? Like, wouldn't you get out of breath and like you're like, oh my God, I can't do this. Like, can I make it?
Out of breath, and my legs hurt so bad, my arms so bad. And now that I'm on the right path, things are so much better. But you're right, I think that we are luckier today than people that dealt with lupus so many years ago.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and that's why it's so important for us to help other people.
I agree. And it actually just gave me an idea. What would be awesome is if we could somehow buddy up people, newbies and seasoned vets or something, like that would be phenomenal if we could start that little network and try to get people, I maybe with your company, Discover Your Power, Discover Your Power today, sorry. I think that, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it would be so great to like start something like that where we can have volunteers, maybe help someone who's in the process of a diagnosis. In fact, I'm going to be providing by the end of this month, we're going to have a guide ready called Diagnosing Lupus, and it's not it's a guide and that's going to help people understand what their lab work means. So we know what they're testing for, ANA, CRP levels. Great, what does that mean? I'm going to tell you. And then from there, we're going to include, what else are we including? So we have the blood tests, we have, how to talk to your doctor.
It's from like a medical standpoint, right?
Yeah. And then including that, I'm going to include some laws on how to keep your job or how to find a better one that will protect you from being fired. So it's going to be, a quick, easy guide to understand. It's going to be a guide that's going to empower you to feel confident enough and to talk to your doctor, because if you don't understand something, you're just going to mention it maybe once, or you not even mention it at all. But even if you did mention it once, you'll get shut down by that doctor so quick.
Right.
But if you come prepared and and educated, it's going to change things in that room, and you could walk out of there with one less symptom.
Yes. And so can I piggyback off of that?
Yeah.
So this is the first time I'm sharing this. I am in the middle of launching an online coaching program to help people, especially people that are newly diagnosed, understand what lupus is, how to articulate how you're feeling, the resources, support. And I do talk about the 5 stages of grief that you go through, because it is, it's a guide that I wish I would have had. It's everything that I wish I would have known and had when I was diagnosed. And I would love to maybe even, have your information, like a link or something, so they can check out your information from a medical standpoint, because I think that could help. But I'm planning to launch it, and
totally. I want to definitely collaborate and either not combine ours, but provide both of them for both of our audiences.
I think it would be great, and just another thing, it's funny how you said a buddy system, because one of the things that I started doing on social media, I literally just connected with this girl this week. She just got diagnosed. She's super young. And I let her know, I'm like, I am here for you if you need it. And we have been messaging each other every day. And it's so nice to know that I can offer my support to her, and that she's actually extending herself to me because she needs it.
That's so sweet. That is phenomenal. And she's gonna learn so much from you, and she's gonna that I think will help someone through the 5 stages of grief so much faster. Because when you get stuck on like 3 or 4 or like 2 or 3, you're like, okay, is there an up from here? So that's great.
Yes, for me, I couldn't get to the stage of acceptance. I was in denial, which that's not a good stage. It's a good stage to understand that you're there, but it's not a good stage to stay in. And I talk about that in my coaching program that I'm going to launch is, you know, denial is not a healthy place to be in. We have to overcome that, accept where we're at so we can empower ourselves to move on, to get better.
Yeah.
So everything that you're saying, yes, it's so awesome that we both get it, and I would love to continue so we can help more people.
Absolutely. So we're going to link to our guides below. My PDF guide is going to be free to the first 50 people that download it. After that, it's $2.99, and it is called, a pre-diagnosis guide for lupus.
That's so awesome. And I haven't launched my coaching program yet, but I will. It's called Lessons to Living and Leading Your Life with Lupus. It is going to include 3 coaching sessions with me where we can do check-ins and we can talk and I can help support. So I will definitely have more information on the link below.
So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to our video. In the link below, there's a link to Lizette on her website, or no, your YouTube, right?
YouTube, yeah, my Discover Your Power YouTube channel.
So it's Discover Your Power today, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.